Hi there folks, welcome to another clip here on my YouTube channel. Today I want to draw your attention to another topic, to another currency pair, that's the US dollar versus the Canadian, the so-called Loonie. Before we get started with some chart technical analysis, I would like to remind you to leave some thumbs up for this clip, and as well, if you like to be a member of this channel, it's very easy to have a click on the red button down here at the YouTube platform and you'll be a member of it. Very much appreciated if you do so. Alright, let's have a look at the chart technical analysis right now. Let's have a look at the current chart technical picture of the Loonie, so the US dollar versus the Canadian. You see a 2-year chart picture, and actually you see that one here with the correlation with oil comment. That's the high. That's the high from the mid of March 2020 at 146.69, right? So you go down and see that one here from the end of May 2021 at 120.67.5. So that's the low. And these two levels as usually combined for a Fibonacci analysis. You see the current levels. We are pretty close to that test of the 38.2 level here, which is quite close at the 130 marker to be quite exactly. This is 130.23.5 here. And you see the most important 61.8 level on top of that, which is around 136.52. So these two arrows just added on this chart technical picture, as usually with a couple of quotation marks here, of question marks, excuse me. You see that this is the level we already tested here at the January moves here at the 130. And you see that in combination, please, with the added RSI's relative strength index here. You see a couple of tested areas well above the 80/80s. You see that one here is 89.52 to be 100% exact, around this area from that record low oil prices. Of course, just because of the reason of the corona crisis and the amount of oil out there, the world has been flooded with oil these days. So you see the lows here. This is just around, if you have a look at the WTI crude oil price development, you see lows around this level here in the end of May and in direction to June, and even in direction to July. You see very, very good oil prices, very comfy for the oil companies as well, of course. And in that case, you see a stronger Loonie. The last weeks, as you can see, the same at the oil price. So the oil price got some weight and it's getting down. And it lost already more than $10. And if you see that stuff right here at the US dollar versus the Canadian, the same time, you see that upwards move in direction 130 again. So almost 1,000 pips from that 120 low in direction of this 130, getting closer here. So possibly first reaction just in combination, because there is another high to be seen possibly in this RSI, in this relative strength index area here, well above 82 right now we are speaking. All right, this is the case stuff for the chart technical part. Let's have a look at the facts right now. All right, guys, let's have a look at some facts. First of all, you should check out the CPI data. So the census, US Census, gives you a couple of detailed informations about the current situation with the CPI data regarding the last month, like for example June, July, and on top of that regarding the whole comparison to the last 12 months. So you will have a look at detailed consumer price data, and we'll have a look on oil, like on energy prices, like on gasoline and all the other fuels. So we will have a look at this data, and we will see, regarding us traders and us market participants, we will see that this kind of CPI data is really quite shocking, because the prices for fuels, the prices for energy in that case went up way above the 40% over the course of the last 12 months. So that's a lot. So you can imagine that this has a true effect on the whole CPI data. The other way around, imagine now the price of oil is diving, and it already tanked, the last weeks it already tanked something around $10 a barrel. You can imagine that this has some effects on the CPI data the next month and to the next 2 or 3 months to come. So the more the price of oil is tanking, the more the CPI data gets a little bit of reduced percentage points, and this is possibly less pressure on CPI data in a whole, on PPI data as a second round effect, and on top of that, less pressure for the Federal Reserve possibly. And on top of that, now you can imagine why the White House, for example, is crying for less expensive prices, so-called more productivity of the OPEC Plus states, just because of the reason that might be giving a lift to the economy, on top of that reducing the pressure on the CPI data and on the Fed. So this is the whole picture, and I already told you that one in the chart, and this has a lot to do with the price of oil, for example, because the Loonie is very oil related, and the correlations between the oil price and the Loonie are quite big. Percentage points, you can read that stuff in a lot of digital products. You see there's a so-called correlation measurement, and you see the percentage points, how much the price of oil is correlating, or how much the price of oil gives a correlation to the US dollar Canadian. All right, it sounds so easy. The price of oil goes down, the Loonie, US dollar Canadian goes up. So the price of oil goes down, and the Canadian dollar is about to weaken. At the end of the day, if you look at the charts, it really looks that way. From the current situation right now, the Loonie is oversold, so that US dollar Canadian is overbought, the other way around. And it's possibly worth to have a look at this kind of overbought situation and just check out every kind of a comfy situation at the oil market, so that there is some sign that the oil price will be getting up a little bit back up again, and this could have some positive effects for the Loonie, and this would have a positive effect on your possible trade scenario of a US dollar Canadian short. All right, folks, that's it for today. Hopefully you will have a fantastic weekend. Right now here in Germany, in my part of the Rhine-Main area here, around Wiesbaden, Frankfurt, it looks quite sunny, and hopefully you will have the same. I wish you a perfect weekend, and more important to say, a very much luck for the next week to come, a lot of prosperous trades to come for you, and see you next week. Thank you very much, and don't forget to leave some thumbs up. Bye bye.